Now, this is something that men have known about for years, but it is different when you hear them say it out loud.
Okay, if you're a man, keep scrolling. Ladies, specifically wives or women who live with your male partner, tell me if this is normal or if I'm just a terrible person. Nothing stresses me out more than when my husband is relaxing. When he's at work, when he's working out, when he's cleaning the garage, when he's doing his laundry, doing the dishes, whatever. When he's up and busy and moving around, my resting heart rate is at an all-time low. I'm feeling amazing. My skin is glowing. I feel zen. I feel at peace. The second he sits on the couch, the second he's sleeping in, I have the blood pressure of a hummingbird. My stress level is at an all-time high. I'm nervously sweating. I'm clenching my jaw. Like my poor husband can't catch a break. Like, unless the sun has gone down, the day is over, the day is done, we are both on the couch, we are both watching a movie, like, that's okay. But if the sun is up, if the sun is still shining, he best be moving around. He best be doing some work.
I got a serious question. What is wrong with you women? Seriously, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with a man sitting down and relaxing? What is so bad about that it makes you mad? I'm really trying to understand this. Now, I know this is something that y'all do, but why? What is it about watching your man, the man that you supposedly love, the man that you decide to go into a church and stand in front of a pastor and get married to? What is so wrong with watching this man relax? Why is that a problem? This is why a lot of us think you women are frustrating because of stuff like this. And the crazy part is we don't do this to y'all. If we see our woman sitting there relaxing, chilling, having a good day, just enjoying herself, it puts a smile on our face and we go off and do whatever the hell we gonna do. But we don't sit there and think, I need her to get up and do something. We don't think that. The only reason we would think that is if she was supposed to be doing something that she's not doing. Like we have plans to go out or something and she's just laying in the bed instead of getting up, getting dressed. Yes, we would look at her and get frustrated because we now know we're gonna be an hour late for wherever we're going. But in general, we don't do that. There are men out there who work hard during the week, and on the weekends, they're probably doing some stuff around the house, fixing stuff, doing whatever. And they finally get a moment where they can just sit there and just gaze off into nowhere, and y'all hate it. Can't stand it. Think the man is the worst man on the planet, and that is the problem because this is sick. She said as long as he's doing something, working or washing dishes or something, she's happy. But once he sits down, her blood pressure goes up. This is insane. But women, just understand this is what men are dealing with out here. When I was younger, I learned that if you walked around with a clipboard or something in your hand and just looked confused or like you were thinking, most people left you alone at your job. And that makes sense. These companies are paying you money to work and they don't want to see you goofing off. So it makes sense for somebody to say something if you're not working. But I refuse to walk around with a clipboard in my own home. I'm not doing that. If he can't relax at work and you can't relax at home, where and when is this man supposed to relax? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And she's going to be so confused when she finds out he has a side chick and he's relaxing over there. There's a man right now sitting on his front porch just drinking a glass of lemonade, enjoying the fresh air and the sunshine, and his girlfriend or wife is upstairs looking at the window like this. And this is sad because there's no reason for this. The man is just relaxing. Now let me just say, I do understand this if she's living with a man who doesn't have a job, he's not helping out around the house, he just sit around all day eating food and doing nothing. That right there I understand. But this woman isn't talking about that. These women do this with men who have jobs, men who are working 60 hours a week. They don't care. They do not want to see you relaxing. I know this isn't all women, but for the women who do this, and there's a lot of them, you need to go get some help because there is something deeply disturbing about somebody who walks around with that mindset. And this woman just came on TikTok and said it like it was no big deal. And even though I didn't go into her comments and look at them, I would bet big money that there are a bunch of women in there agreeing with her. And that's the sad part.
It's so rough out here that dudes don't even have a pickup line. I just ran inside the Food Lion and this guy is sitting in his car just yelling at me like, yeah, I pay bills. Yeah, bills. Beautiful, I pay bills. Let me get your number. Like, it's that rough out here. The economy is terrible. Dudes know exactly what to say. You don't even need no pickup line. Just start with, I pay bills.
Well, first of all, that dude is a trick, and that's okay. There are men out there who trick off, and this is just what they do. That's fine. Second thing is, men just understand now in 2026, a lot of these women, they're willing to do something strange for a piece of change. So if you're willing to pay some bills, you ain't got to have any pickup game. Number three, I noticed she never said she didn't stop and talk to him. She never said that. So I'm thinking it worked. Now, there are men out there like myself who don't believe in offering to pay some girls bills just to date her. So we still need game. And believe me, lady, game still works. There are men out there getting women all day, every day with just this game. But the fact is there are men out there, they don't got time to play around with you. They ain't got time to be trying to game you. They want what they want and they're willing to pay for it. And as long as you women keep giving it to them, they're gonna keep offering it. Now, women love to label these men providers, but we all know that's not what it is. This is the other P word, prostitution. But if you like it, I love it.
So I'm finally in a room. So I want to show y'all the room that I'm renting for $850 a month. This the room right here. As you can see, that's the TV. That's the queen size bed that come already in here. Have a mirror, a little drawer thing, a lamp, a dresser over there, a chair. This the window. You can look out the window and stuff. This the bathroom. Yep, I got my own bath. Toilet, sink, mirror, tub, shower, a closet. Fat ass closet. And there's a TV already in here. Oh yeah. I'm about to put mad shit up in here, bro. And that's it. I'm paying $850 a month for this. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice little room. And y'all talking about something, this won't work $850 a month, bro. Look what comes in here. I got our own bath. I got our own restroom too, bro. You can't beat that.
I am not mad at this at all because I'm always talking about how men are just simple. This for a lot of men will be just fine. We don't need a lot for us to be excited. Of course, I'm not talking about every man, but most men, we just don't need a lot. It's crazy to me that 15, 20 years ago, $850 would have got you a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment with electricity included. But times have changed, so it is what it is. I think this is a good setup for your man. And I did a video not too long ago about some chick leaving her man and she thought her leaving him with nothing in the apartment was gonna make him sad.
This is what he's left with, guys. But a man think he all this because he pays all the bills. Decorations going out of the bathroom, empty bathroom.
I still can't give her the fact that she thought taking the bathroom decorations was going to ruin his day. Like he was going to be depressed about that. That's wild to me. The fact is that empty apartment she's leaving him with looks the exact same way as this room he's about to move into. And you see how excited this man is because men typically don't care about that stuff. This guy's room has nothing in it. And I promise you, when he moves his stuff in it, it still ain't going to have nothing in there. He's probably going to put his clothes in that closet, maybe put a couple accessories in there, but that's going to be it. That bedroom most likely won't look too much different than it does right now. It's just not a big deal to us. If we got a place to lay our head, shower, use the bathroom, we're good. Did you see how excited he was about that closet? Because he's gonna throw his clothes in there, store some of his stuff in there, lay his butt in that bed, and he's gonna be just fine. Everybody knows dating and relationships are expensive. And we also know most of those expenses come from the women because most men can live simple like this. And women are always looking for the upgrade. They're always looking to be comfortable. And on top of looking for upgrades, they want you to pay for those upgrades too. So you gotta remember that as well. But in the big picture, this stuff is just not that serious to men. Again, I'm not saying all men. It's just not important to most men. So at one point, I'm pretty sure he'll go out and get his own spot, but for now, this is just fine. So I'm happy for this young man, and I'm wishing him the best.
4 children by 3 different men, or would you prefer your son marry a woman with no children and start his own family?
I prefer whatever my son prefers.
It's like avoiding the question. So I'm trying to get a real answer out of you. Try to get out the middle and make a decision. Let me ask the question like this. Between the 2 options, what option is going to be best for your son?
Whichever one he...
What the hell is wrong with you people?
As a mama, that's my place. Whatever my son chooses in his life, I would never go against it. I would support him along each way and every step.
And I appreciate you saying that. And that's the vantage point of a loving, nurturing mother, right? But as a father, as the leader, as a disciplinarian, as the one that's more logical, it's the father's role to step in and say, son, don't ever marry a woman that has 3 children or 4 children by 3 different men. What's best for you, son, is to start your own family so you don't have to put up with none of the bull that comes with those other men.
This is so frustrating to watch because the answer to this question was very simple. If your son came to you with that question, why would you possibly say, well, if you want to date the girl with 3 kids and 4 different baby daddies, go ahead. Why would you ever say that's okay? It is very simple to just say, son, stay away from that girl and date this girl. But it's so hard for some of these women to admit that because they see themselves as that woman and they don't want anybody to say that to them. But this is why I love what that man said. He said that as a father, I have to be logical. I'm not going to send my son into that lion's den dealing with that woman because I want him to do what he want to do. I am the parent. I am supposed to help him see things that he probably can't see at this stage. But in her head, that wasn't the case. And I promise you, if you asked 100 women that question, 50 to about 80% of them would answer the same way she answered because they see themselves as that woman. Where if you asked 100 men, 0% of those men would say, yeah, son, go ahead and date the girl with 5 baby fathers. No man is going to tell their son to do that. And the reason men would never say that is because it isn't about the women, it is about those kids. this. It makes sense. Why would you sign up for something like that when you don't have to? This is crazy to me. Please like the video and leave a comment. I love listening to what you guys have to say. And don't forget to hit that hype button because it really helps me out with the algorithm and I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.